Voter ID struck down today by a federal appeals court. The controversial law passed in 2013, among other things, required voters to show proof of identification before casting ballots.
It was set to take effect in November, but as of now, that will not happen. State Republican leaders say they will appeal, but some voters are relieved the law was struck down. CBS North Carolina's Michael Hyland talks to the man who tried to vote but had his ballot rejected. Michael.
One of the things the law did was to eliminate same-day voter registration. Had that been in effect, this voter would not have had to cast a provisional ballot, and that ballot would not have been thrown out. A major decision impacting voters across North Carolina.
The ruling today really sends a message to people in our state legislature. And,
Edward Nish voted in 2012, but when he tried again in 2014, he came up as not being registered to vote in the system. Same-day voter registration had been eliminated, so he cast a provisional ballot, but found out months later it had been rejected.
The cost of trying to prevent fraud with these laws is preventing people like me, who are responsible, registered voters, from casting a vote.
Federal judges struck down Friday the overhaul of North Carolina's voting laws that state Republicans had backed. The decision eliminates the voter ID requirement, restores same-day registration, and 7 days of early voting.
Hallelujah, we have overcome.
Irving Joyner with the NAACP says the law disproportionately affected minority voters. In their ruling, the judges write, the new provisions target African Americans with almost surgical precision.
It was designed to minimize the impact of African Americans and the opportunity to vote.
I think that today everybody lost.
Dallas Woodhouse, head of the state Republican Party, called parts of the ruling offensive and disgraceful. Governor Pat McCrory and state legislative leaders criticized the judges in the case as partisan. They say they'll appeal to the Supreme Court.
And it is against the wishes of the people of North Carolina who support voter ID overwhelmingly and who believe we ought to have a safe and secure voting system.
There's also supposed to be a trial this fall in Wake County over this law, but one of the lawyers involved in that case who's challenging the law says at this point it doesn't make sense to still hold that trial so long as today's ruling stays in effect. Sean.
All right, Michael, thank you. And you can find more on our voter ID lawsuit coverage right now on WNCN.com, including the full 83-page ruling given by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. Just look for the story on our homepage.